Are we good? I think so. All right, here we go. Oh, wrong one.
I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back. Oh, there we go. Welcome back, guys. On today's show, Walmart introduces new carts and the people hate them. And also, a woman gives birth to a baby with a bullet in it. And also, why TEMU employees are pissed. And are you going to do the finger test when you're buying a car? All this and so much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. For the next 60 minutes or so, we're going to crawl through your social news stories and feeds and give you on some of the stories you might have missed over the last 7 days or so. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing all right? Are you getting along with everyone? That's what we worry about here on Deacon Live. I am doing great. I'm doing all right. I don't know what we're going to do. There's something going on in the background, and the closer I get to figuring this out, I'll give you all the details and stuff, but I don't know if we're rebranding the show or we're going to change some of the logo. The format and everything will still be the same. But I think I'm going to change a little bit, the opening of the show a little bit, and I think the logo we're gonna transfer a little bit, almost look exactly the same, but just a new branding, and we're going to do that. So if you have any ideas that you'd like to let us know what we should do here, the way you get those ideas into the podcast, and we'll play them on the air on this very episode if you get them in soon enough. If not, we'll get them on the next episode. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of the Deacon Live show. That's PROPHET radio.com. At the top of the page, very top of the page, says leave a message for Deacon Live. It says step 1, open up a microphone. Step 2, record. Step 3, listen back and send. It's that easy. It comes right to our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. Your voice will be heard right here on this podcast. Now, my wife and I've been watching TikTok. Like everyone out here in the United States has always been watching TikTok. I say always been watching like it's been around since the dawn of time. No, but I watch TikTok because I see news stories and things that are on my feed that happen before even the news happens about it. Like, for example, just the earliest one that I remember, the latest one I remember, is I saw this guy, and he's got a black shirt on, and it's got his YouTube channel, and he goes, "Hey, I know the shooter was wearing my shirt for my channel. We don't condone that type of violence." And I was like going, who the hell is this guy? And then when the sniper who tried to assassinate Trump, I know we don't get too political here, but this is just one instance that popped up in my mind. When they started diving into the shooter's background and stuff, he had a YouTube a shirt of a YouTube video star, or whatever you want to call him, his channel on his. That's what he was wearing. And I was like, oh, well, that 1 and 2 make 3 now, so that makes sense. All right, so that's just simple things like that. I like to be up to date and kind of go, okay, is this the new news story? Is this the newest thing going on? And we have a whole bunch going on right here on today's show. So, but this past Sunday, I've been watching, back to TikTok. I've been watching TikTok videos, and there's this guy, I've probably said this a million times to you before. His name's Dotoli. Anyways, he's the Papa John guy. He's the one who goes, and we just do it better. And he slams the box down and stuff. Every time that dude makes a pizza, whether it's just a regular in-house pizza or people do requests and everything for him, I want a goddamn Papa John's pizza. They look so good. When I see him make it, I go, wow, that looks like what you would think a pizza should be made like. He looks like he's very passionate about it. He does this, and that second cup of cheese and all this. And I know I've talked about this a million times. So I always say to my wife on the weekends, she's like, what do you want to have for dinner tonight? I go, Papa John's. Now, just to let you know, we live on, 22 some odd acres here. We are out in the middle of fucking nowhere. We are, country, 2-lane country roads. There's no Papa John's around us. There's not even a Chick-fil-A. There's not even a McDonald's. That's how out in the woods we are. We have 2 fast food restaurants within 10 miles from us. The first one is Wendy's, and the second one is Bojangles. That's it. Those are the only 2 fast food chains or any kind of restaurant chain around us within 10 miles. And that's, you figure 10 miles, and I'm talking 10 miles straight. I was born in Orlando, Florida, not 10 miles of winding road. I'm talking straight 10 mile, you go 10 miles that way and you take a left, or you go 10 miles that way and you take a right. There's no like city blocks type stuff around here. Excuse me. Yeah. So finally she broke down. She's like, all right, we'll get Papa John's. I said, okay. Now, as you guys know, I've been, trying to watch my weight and watch my diet and watch all the stuff that makes a fat boy fat. And Papa John's does not help. So every time I say, let's get Papa John's, she's like, okay. And I go, no. I was just seeing what you would say. Well, we both broke down and got Papa John's. And she's like, well, what do you want? I go, man, I want that stuffed crust pizza, bacon, pepperoni, whatever the special is. Make that pizza fit in whatever special they got going on. So she's looking, and she's like, oh, they got a family feast meal, 2 large, 1 specialty, and 1 2-topping pizza for $25.99 or whatever it is. I'm like, okay. Now, my dad lives with us now. He's going to live with us now for about 2.5 years. So he's going to want a pizza. My wife's going to want a pizza. I want a pizza now, and I know I'm going to want a pizza for tomorrow. I know. Fat boy issues, right? So we order the 4 pizzas, and then she wants to get one of the cheeseburger papadillas. She's like, that looks so good. I want to try it. Of course it looks good. That's what they're paid to do, is make it look good. So we get all that, and we get all the details and the discounts and all that stuff. The order ended up being for 4 pizzas and a papadilla over $70 some odd. I said, God damn! When did the 2 large, 2-topping $20 pizza go? Where did that go? She's like, well, your pizza's 18 and change. The specialty pizza's like 21 and change. That was my dad's pizza, the whatever, the Supreme or whatever they have. Her pizza was, $16 because she had to get the stuffed crust, so add another $3 on top of that. And then the papadilla was like $10, $9.99, $8.99 or something. Then you throw, total of $68 plus tax. I know everyone at home is doing the math and like, that doesn't add up right. I'm just spitting these out. Oh, plus my secondary pizza with just 2 toppings. That was $13. So there, round that up. $72 for 4 pizzas and a little side half mini pizza, whatever the papadillas are. It's basically just a small pizza folded in half with shit inside of it. And I said, God damn. She's like, I know. $72. And so I was like, fuck. So we went and picked it up. And because they don't deliver out. The one Papa John's is, I think, 15 to 16 miles away, and that's too far out of their range. So they don't like delivering out to us. So we have to go pick it up. Bring it home, sit down, and we had movie day. So it was pizza movie day, but goddamn, $72. I was like, man, I remember being, a young 22-year-old living on my own and get two large 2-topping pizzas at Papa John's, and I would get it so much. I'm like, hey, it's the Deacon, and they're like going, yep. It's Friday night, isn't it? I said, yeah, it sure is. I said, I'm on my way there. She's like, or the person would be like, yeah, it'll be ready in about 20 minutes. And I'll just swing by, grab it, jump in the car, and head back to the house. And that would last me for a good 4 days. You figure 4 slices in the morning, 2 slices for breakfast, 2 slices whenever. And that would last for, well, not 4 days, maybe 2.5 days. But still, for $20, that wasn't a bad deal. $72. God damn. Well, all right, we're going to get into the show. This guy right here was let out on bail. Actually, he was let out of jail on accident. And what he did makes you question the justice system as far as, what's going on behind those closed doors. And why are they letting people out that don't deserve to come out? And I'll dive into their story when we come back. Stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well over on YouTube. Search Deacon Live Podcast, and you can see me. I got my brand new fresh cut. My wife did it, actually, this time. Look at it. Let me make sure I look all right. Look at it. Let me take my headphones off. Look at it. Looks pretty good. Tight and right. Close on the side. A little bit of length on top. I got hair on top. It's weird because they always say that the male, the boys in the family take after the father of the mother. So if the father of the mother's bald, chances are the son will be bald. And my mom's dad was very, very bald. And I got a good head of hair still. it's still partable. It's still, I can style it still. When it gets wet, it gets a little thin, but still, what do you expect? Now, what this woman did not expect is that her boyfriend accidentally got released out of jail. Mississippi Morning, a young woman, after after her abusive ex-boyfriend tracked her down, unfortunately, trigger warning here, beat her so bad, he beat her face completely off her skull. I know. Great way to start the show. Let's find out what actually happened. Earlier this month, 22 Lauren Johansson met her evil fate after her ex-boyfriend Bryson Rivers, 23, mistakenly was released out of jail. Yes, unfortunately, he did get released out of jail. You see, Bryson was arrested back in December of 2023 after reportedly beating Lauren while on vacation in Nashville. Oh, honey, this is great. Let's get away from each other. Let's get away from the land and everything. Let's go on vacation and so I'll beat you. For that reason, Lauren's loved ones did not want her abusive to be let out of jail because they feared for her life would be in danger. However, 7 months after his December arrest, he was let out on bond. Lauren's father, Dr. Lance Johansson, spoke with TV network earlier this month, revealing the officially from the district attorney's office in Nashville, called him to inform him that Bryson had been let out of jail. And he said he was supposed to report straight to the GPS company to put on a GPS monitor, and he was not to leave Davidson County. But as soon as he was released, he did not report to the GPS monitoring county. He has not been heard from. I wanted to let you know and let Lauren know and make sure that she's safe. When you let the guy out of jail, and he's supposed to report to the can we put the GPS tracking place in the jail, close to the jail, so he's not out walking around willy-nilly and, not showing up to where he's supposed to be? No, we trust him. We trust this guy. All the other guys that are locked up behind bars, we don't trust him. But this guy, he's out. We'll trust him. He'll do the right thing. Nope. So he texted his daughter about it, and her response didn't sound like her. So he went to check on her on the Local 360 tracking app. He saw that it had been turned off. He reported her missing to the Hattiesburg police shortly after, and then eventually was able to locate her via the OnStar in the middle of a cemetery. Eerily, that was the moment that they knew that she was dead. He told the news station, when we got there, her car was in the middle of the cemetery, and she was in the back of the car wrapped up in sheets and trash bags. Oh, God, what a brutal thing. She was basically beaten to death. Her face was smashed in, her head was smashed in, and was brutally beaten to the point where she couldn't see out of either eye, and she was finally died, or when she finally died, and there was multiple holes in her head. Oh, God. I helped the coroner lift her body out of the car. It was just a horrible mutilation. So this guy was, they say he was accidentally released he was released on bond, but he didn't go show up with his GPS tracker thing. And there's a lot of boxes weren't checked on that one. Now the boxes in this story were all checked correctly. Let's see. Title of the article is Baby is born with an air rifle pellet lodged in its stomach after the dad shoots pregnant mom. All right, so here we go. Strap in because this is going to be a journey. Over in Moscow, Russia, a father decided to blow off some steam with his air rifle. Unfortunately, and by complete accident, the rogue pellet ricocheted off of something and ended up in his pregnant wife's stomach. The mother quickly rushed to a nearby hospital, all during the last month of her pregnancy. With sheer luck, the doctors ran an examination and found out the baby's critical organs had not been harmed whatsoever. However, the doctors advised that the pellet would be safest removed once the baby was delivered. Oh no, so you got this baby. You want to do everything the best you can as far as not smoking or drinking or doing anything bad, but yet the last month of this child's development, he's got a friggin' airsoft rifle pellet. It's a pellet, like a lead pellet in its belly. What kind of damage is that going to do? However, it would be safest to remove the baby after it was delivered. When the baby girl arrived, the pellet was removed from her stomach just beneath the skin. With a few stitches, the baby and the mother both deemed perfectly safe. Why is this so impressive? And why just the airsoft rifle pellet, not like an actual bullet? Well, dear reader, if you honestly believe, let's talk. All right. So an air rifle can actually be just as deadly as real weapons. The pellet may leave the air rifle, and they're going to describe what an air rifle is. Oh, yeah. Most pellets are made out of lead, like I said, and cause a risk of lead poisoning. So and the article continues to go on with there. So you imagine that Russian guy. What camera am I on? Am I on me? Russian guy. Blah! I'm going to blow off some steam. Hit some vodka and honey. And they don't airsoft rifles don't make a whole lot. It's air. It's soft air. It's in the name. So it's like. And unfortunately, it went, my belly. Oh, Nikolai, you shot me. Oh, no. Victoria, what do I do? The baby. Oh, me. So, baby's fine. But, I mean, there's a story, a myth about son of a gun where a guy shot a gun through a guy's balls and the bullet landed in the belly of a woman, and she got pregnant by the semen from the guy's balls. I don't know. It's one of those Mythbuster stories I thought, or I saw. Anyways, so this woman right here, when we come back, this woman right here was paying for her rent for a whole year to the wrong person, and they never told her about it. I have a lot of questions, and we'll dive into those when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you, and the way you can be part of the show, you can be podcast famous. And the way you do that is go over to prophetradio.com. At the top of the page, it says leave a message for Deacon Live. Step 1, hit record. Step 2, hit play or something. Listen back. And step 3, send. Now, you can be anonymous if you want. That's no big deal. If you want to ask me any of the questions of the last shows we've had over the last 10 years, or if you have an idea of what we should rename the show, or I don't want to say rename the show, but rebrand the show, I'd love to hear your inputs on that. And the way you do that is to leave a message over at the Prophet Radio website. And while you're over there, get yourself something for free. You can see all the different programming that comes out of the studio. Pick yourself out a little prize pack under free swag. Put your mailing address in there. It's not a grab or anything like that. They just want to say thank you for listening to us. Now, if you're overseas and you're listening to us, they send them out, I think, once a month, just because of postage and stuff. So if you live in the continental United States, you can get yours usually within 2 or 3 days. So fill that out, and they'll send it out to you. Now, I've had a roommate one time. I've never rented. I take that back. My wife and I rented when we first came up here to North Carolina from Florida, only to get the houses that we owned in Florida off our books. If you don't know anything about buying a new house or anything like that, the house that you're paying, that you have a mortgage on, you have to be out of that house for 1 full year to show tenancy. Like, you can physically rent this place out, and then you can rent a house for a year, and then it'll basically get it off the books. But I had one roommate when I was living in Orlando. I had a roommate when I was I was driving back and forth from Orlando to Miami. I just needed someone in the house to kind of take care of the place when I wasn't there. But other than that, I really never had any roommates. But this homeowner right now finds strangers swimming in her backyard pool, after an ex-tenant leases a pool for $35 on a swim app. A Canadian woman came home on Sunday to find a family of strangers soaking up the sun in her outdoor pool, according to this report. We arrived home, and there was a car parked in the parking lot. Marcy said. There was a little family swimming in the pool with 3 little girls. So are they like midgets, 3 little families? There was a little family swimming in the pool. The family of 5 told the bewildered homeowner that they had rented the pool out with an app called Swimply. So if you got a pool, I guess you can rent it out for the day or something like that. A mobile app that allows swimmers to lease private pools by the hour. They had paid about $35 to take a dip in this suburban Montreal pool, and Marcy wasn't the one who put the listing on the market. Now, in spite of all this, the listing looked completely authentic. It showed various pictures of the pool, the outer deck, taken from different angles, as well as the outdoor grill. The description forbade parties, but allowed loud music, smoking, and alcohol was okay. Pets were allowed also, but the renters of the pool had to clean up the turds and stuff after they left. Marcy called the police, but they told her there was nothing they could do because the family had not been acting with a criminal intent. According to Marcy, the alleged perpetrator was a former tenant who had moved out of the home in 2022. This is the first time she has done this, she says. And we weren't always home, so this new tenant or this old tenant took advantage of that. The spokesperson from the Swimply told the Post that the phony listing was removed as soon as Mara C reported it, but could not say how they could have gotten the post without confirmation from the homeowner. So, yeah, there's got to be a flaw there somewhere. I'm at the home, take the pictures and stuff, and what if I'm renting the home and I've got a pool that I just do not use? Let's make a little bit of, rent check money. And I rent it out for, $35 an hour, and someone books it for 10 hours or whatever the average hour, and who keeps track of that? Okay, we're gone. We were swimming for, wink, wink, an hour when they basically in the pool all day long. So, yeah, but did the tenant want to get back at it? Maybe the ex-tenant needed some cash himself, and he's like, they're never home. I can just rent the pool out and pocket a couple Finskis, a couple $35. And I guess the homeowner came back and found them in her pool. Get out of my home. Now, here's another app gone wrong, I should say. This woman right here says, why wouldn't he say anything after 13 months? A woman discovers that she has been Venmoing her rent to the wrong person and not her landlord. One mistake and a major oversight led to the tenant of being 13 months behind on rent. Cody Lynn, her story went viral, amassing over 1.2 million views in just 2 days. A 4-part saga kicks off in the first video with Lynn delivering a humorous summary about the events that are true on TikTok form. Put your finger down if you've been Venmoing. Put a finger down if you've been Venmoing your landlord for the last year of rent, your security deposit, and all that. If you just found out that you've been Venmoing the wrong person for the last 13 months, if you've actually Venmoed a landlord and that person never told you you were Venmoing the wrong person and the landlord never realized you were paying that person, as she continues, I guess it's one of those put a finger down if you've done something, and this is her counting down all the different stuff that she's done. Now, listen to this. And so now you've paid over $18,508 to a random financial advisor in Ohio, who claims his heroin addict sister had spent all the money and your landlord wants the money right now. So now you have to move out of the apartment within a week so you don't get evicted. Now they're going to file a suit against you for the $18,508 that you owe them. Lynn lowers one finger and raises the camera to show the state of her apartment behind her. We're packing, she says, and the video comes to an end. So let's see. We can find her video. Let's see the first video. I guess this is the first video. Let's see what she's got going on. And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video as well. And you can see this in real time as we're talking about it here on the air. Go over to YouTube, search DeaconLive Podcast. Give us a subscribe over there. We're not in it for the money over there. It's just another media source that you can enjoy the podcast, and you can see this stuff in real time as we're talking about it here. So here we go. I'm going to switch to camera 4. We can all see this and all be friends. So let's make sure we have some volume, and we have her. Here she goes. Here's Lynn.
Put a finger down if you've been Venmoing your landlord for the last year for your rent, your security deposit, all that, and you just found out that you've Venmoed the wrong person for the last 13 months. You've actually never Venmoed your landlord. And that person never told you that you were Venmoing the wrong person, and your landlord never realized that you weren't paying your rent. And so now you've paid $18,508 to a random financial advisor in Ohio who claims that his heroin addict sister has spent all the money, and your landlord wants the money right now. So you have to move out of your apartment within a week so you don't get evicted. And now they're going to file a lawsuit against you for $18,508.
So that's me.
We're packing.
We're packing. So here's a question I have. Go back to me now. Here's a question I have. First of all, in Ohio, you're Venmoing someone in Ohio. It didn't say where she lived, but if we do have property in Orlando. Like I said, we have a couple houses down there, and we have renters down there. Now we have a property manager that takes care of that. So she takes a cut. She takes 10% of whatever the rent is, and then we get the rest of the remaining rent. But if they are late 3 days, they're already starting the paperwork. Unless they call, hey, can you give me like one more day and, late fees, we'll do all that, no problem. And yeah, it's up to the discretion of the property manager. But day 5, day 10, if I don't have money in my hand, guess where you're going? Out on the street here in the next 20 days, because I've already filed the first 3 days notice. In the United States, or most cities, most states actually give you 30 days to get the fuck out. 13 months? Something's not right there. Someone's not doing their due diligence as far as keeping track of how the money's being paid and what's coming in and what's going out. If I had a mortgage on that and I, 13 months, hey, where's my $18,000? I don't know. We'll find out what happens later. Maybe there'll be an update on that. Probably not. All right, guys, when we come back, Costco is doing online ordering, and they're giving you a little special gift. Not because you want it, not because you need it. It's because they don't want your stuff to go bad. And the gift that they're giving you, it's a little strange, but I guess I'll take it, especially in this hot weather. So stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free. But what you got to do for me, I don't know why that rhymes every time I say it, but you got to do me a favor. Go over to ProphetRadio.com. Get yourself something for free over there. There's a little section that says free swag. A little drop-down menu. Pick out whatever prize pack you want over there. You can see all the fine programming that comes out of the studio. And don't forget, you can see all the different local artists, actually all the independent artists that are heard here on Deacon Live. And you can see all their photos over there. And click on those pictures over there, and it'll send you to their Spotify page. It'll send them to their web page. Send them to any of that stuff. So if you enjoy the music that you hear during the breaks, during the podcast here, show them some love over there and check out their stations and channel and make sure you add them all to your Spotify playlist or wherever you download your streaming music. Now, Walmart, I love Walmart. And the reason why I love Walmart, I've shopped at like Food Lion around here. I've shopped at Harris Teeter, which is way overpriced. I always go to... I've memorized. I go shopping at Walmart so much, I've memorized the prices. So when my wife and I go to like a Food Lion or a different grocery store and stuff, she's like, oh, I'm going to get this. I'm like, babe, that's like $2 cheaper at Walmart. She's like, is it really? I'm like, yeah, you can get it, but $2 here and $4 there and $1 here. At the end of the bill, you're like going, Jesus Christ, look at all this money I could have saved at Walmart. Now, they don't have the best selections of stuff. They don't have like all the fancy, if my wife's going to make a fancy meal and it needs certain herbs and spices and a certain cut of meat or something like that, yeah, then we have to go to those type grocery stores, specialty stores to get, saffron and stuff like that. They don't carry that at Walmart. What's saffron? Did the wise men bring that to baby Jesus? Yeah, they did. They made him saffron rice. But at Walmart right now, they're changing their shopping carts. Why? Just to piss everyone off. That's what they're saying. Just to piss everyone off. Because right now, the new Walmart carts has caused quiet controversy among shoppers, with many saying that the changes will lead them to go shop elsewhere. I'm never coming to this store again. This is worse than being racist. This is worse than supporting the wrong president. You can do all that. I'll shop there all day long. But if you change the goddamn shopping carts... I'm never, it's a weird hill to die on, right? I'm never coming back. Now I'm going to switch to camera 4 here, and you can see the new shopping carts. The new shopping carts, if you're looking around here, they have where the kid would sit, I guess. He would sit there. Where's his legs hang out? I guess right here, if you're doing the scroll here. They have a cup holder to put your little Stanley cup in there, and they got a little holder for your phone. And then instead of the whole entire shopping cart being the same height, with the basket and everything, it drops down a little bit. But is it dropped down or is the handle higher? Customers say that the height of the shopping cart poses an issue for shorter shoppers, senior citizens, and children. First of all, children shouldn't be pushing them around. Walmart hates short people, one shopper says. Let's go back to me. The carts are too tall and unmanageable. I will never shop there any longer, this one guy says. The retailer replied to the online blast, hoping that to aid in the frustration. Can we please get more details so we can help you? Send us a DM with the information, said a Walmart representative. Several shoppers said that the new grocery carts ruined their in-person shopping experience. Oh, fucking give me a break. It's fucking Walmart. Have you seen what you wear when you go in there? Some even threatened to boycott the retailer and shop at competitor stores to avoid using Walmart's new carts. Last year, this is the world we live in. Last year, Walmart announced that its new shopping carts in select stores come with a test drive. Come test drive today. Only found at your local Mayfield Walmart, the retailer said on the local Facebook page. So come test them out. No, I don't want to go test them out. They're horrible. You hate everybody. These carts are abomination. So if you've had experience with those carts, if you like them or don't like them, or you can take a picture. If you take a picture, send them to me. You can find me at deacon@prophetradio.com. You can email me that. I'd love to see the pictures. I want to see if you're a normal size. Tell me how tall you are and show the shopping cart next to you and email it to me at deacon@prophetradio.com. And if you can't find it, you go to Prophet Radio. You can see my email address there. Now, a trip to Costco comes with some pretty neat perks, including the ability to enjoy one of the food court's amazing social media's famous hot dogs. However, the warehouse retail chain does offer an online delivery option that allows you to receive your groceries on the same day of ordering in many cases. As seen online, some Costco members also receive a little extra something with their orders: cold bottles of water. For example, one Reddit user who ordered a package of chocolate drizzled nut bars was surprised to find 2 Kirkland signature water bottles in their delivery. The commenter offered somewhat of a snarky, respective and unexpected additional statement saying, it's summertime, so they're trying to prevent your items from melting. Duh. Well, to confirm whether this is real, the real reason for the practice, Daily Meal reached out to the Costco location in Homestead, Pennsylvania. The customer service representative we spoke to revealed that the water bottles included in some orders to keep the delivery cool. Additionally, the rep pointed out that the inclusion of the bottled water means you will have a refreshing drink that you can enjoy upon receipt of your groceries. Sounds good to us, but most of you might wonder why just plain old. Why wouldn't plain old ice work? Well, I'll tell you why it won't work. Because it melts all over the place. How about, let's do this. What if you had bottles of ice water? I know my wife sometimes puts a bottle of ice water in there if she's got a horse show or something going to. And by the time she gets to the horse show, the bottle of water is melted a little bit, still got a little ice in it. Boom, you got a nice cold drink. Anyone who ever packed a cooler full of perishables knows that ice is the most straightforward way of keeping things cold. Properly cooling prevents spoilages and saves you from the nasty facts of food poisoning. Oh, is that how refrigeration works? Thanks, person who wrote this article. Some sources claim that the water bottle trick eliminates the melted mess and can result from cooler or package filled with loose ice. So it should also be noticed that the practice are likely to vary from Costco locations to Costco locations. It's unlikely that the water bottles on your online deliveries constitute a company-wide policy. However, the Facebook post confirmed that the practice also occurs in Korean Costco locations, which illustrates that the practice is global, even if it's not part of the official rule book. So, first of all, what camera am I on? First of all, I didn't know that you could buy groceries at Costco, because Costco's, isn't their inventory like always changing? Constantly changing. Granted, they might have all their Kirkland stuff all the time, but then they get a big buy on, let's say, like laundry detergent, and then that's gone, and then they bring in, something else, a different laundry detergent. So I didn't know you could do online shopping. I think that would be kind of hard to do, but I guess some people do it. We have a Costco here, but it's, like I said, we're out in the middle of nowhere, and I think it's 35 miles away from us. When we come back, this guy found a refrigerator on the side of the road, worked perfectly fine. He said, great, I'll put this in my garage for a beer refrigerator, beer cooler. One of those, pick one, add it to that sentence. And then when he got to cleaning the refrigerator out, what he found was like, holy shit. And I'll dive into that story when we come back. So stick on. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks and our social pages. And the way you find that is go to prophetradio.com. At the top of the page says social contacts. You can see all the stuff that links us to you and you to us as well. Yes, we are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. And you can see all the other different platforms that we're available on. You can find us on YouTube as well. And for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. And you can see all the stories. And you can see my new haircut here in the studio. Hi, and I'm waving to you here on the camera. And you can see all the videos and things that we're talking about here. If there's a video or visual element to any of the stories, we'll have it over there as well, and you can follow in real time as we're doing it here in the studio. And just a little side note for all you people out there listening to the audio portion, the video portion is the one that has the full-length show. So all the hiccups, all the stutters, all that stuff is in the full-length video. What you hear here is just a condensed version, the audio portion. I know everyone's like, what? You edit this? I can't edit. I mean, I do edit it. But when I do the, what's that word? Oh, man. What's that word? You don't hear that. You don't hear the thoughts in the brain. The auto portion it's supposed to be rapid pace fire type program. See, like that right there. Screw that up and I'll take that out in editing. Now, this guy right here, speaking of taking things out of editing, he was driving down the road trying to loosen this load, got 7 women on his mind, saw a refrigerator on the side of the road, said, hey, man, that's a good old refrigerator. I bet that works. It'll fit fine in my garage as a beer cooler. So the story goes, let's see. Let's see where we should start. There's so many pictures and stuff. So most people drive past these items like refrigerators thrown on the side of the road, but this one TikToker always stops to get a closer look. The trash mechanic at the Trash Mechanic on TikTok took a chance on a refrigerator that he saw left on the curb. Surprisingly, it worked and only needed a new light bulb. So when he took off the cover to replace the bulb, once he got in his garage, a stack of cash fell out of it. Oh man. I just about fell on the floor, the Trash Mechanic says. I'm sitting there holding $10,000 that he found, a bundle. Let me switch cameras forward. Here he is, a bundle of hundreds, adding up to $10,000. All right, back to me now. It couldn't have happened at a better time. $10,000, even if I'm having a good time, $10,000 is a good time no matter what. I was really, really down on my luck. Well, yeah, you had to get a refrigerator off the side of the road. However, viewers were skeptical about how lucky he was. Some viewers commented that the stack looked too small to be $10,000. However, they zoomed in on the cash and saw different markings on the bills that showed that they were fake. What? Others said they zoomed in on the cash and saw different markings on the bills that showed that they were fake. Were they fake? One person said it's sad that people would post corny videos to gain clout. I paused on the back side of the 100 and it says purpose with matches my fake $100 bill for that's for what? Let me read this directly. I paused on the back side of the $100 bill, and it says purposes with matches my fake 100 that is for entertainment purposes. The homeowner was remodeling their bathroom when they found a rare $100 bill. They were tearing out. What happened to the? It just skipped right over. This thing just skipped all over the place. Am I missing something? When he took the cover off and replaced it, a stack fell out of it. However, viewers were skeptical about how lucky he was. Some viewers commented that the stack of cash looked too small to be 10,000. Others zoomed in on the thing. Okay, let's see. Back to the... Is there more to the story? That was it, and then people just discrediting him? Well, shit. Is it real or not? The article... This fucking piece of shit. This article... Let's see if I can find his video here. Where is it? The Trash Mechanic. Let's get to the bottom of this. This is what we do here at DeaconLive. Where's his fucking... The Trash Mechanic. Where's his 10,000 old... Where's this video at? Did he take it down? Fucking pussy if he did. He doesn't have too much going on. Can you pressure wash my house? Where's the video of the... I don't know. Where's it at? I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it there, Mr. Trash Mechanic. No. Okay. So let's say, well, if he did, if it was $10,000, good for him. You know, everybody needs a little scratch. Now, something you don't want to do is lose that scratch. This woman right here was at Food Lion. She said she was conned and the Food Line customer warns against tap and pay after a woman robbed her at self-checkout. So the TikToker, Rachel Levana, that's a weird name. Rachel Levana, let's go with that, is at the center of this unusual theft. Now, detailing the incident in a video shared on TikTok this month, she had since captivated over 24,000 views with her story and is the unlikely victim. So what started out as a routine trip to Food Line takes a dramatic turn when Rachel Levana and her husband and their 4 children reached a grocery store self-checkout. To get the last-minute product, my oldest daughter, 14, wanted some bronzing sunscreen. No, honey, you don't need, you're 14, you don't need it. She was like, I'm not paying for that because it's probably like $15, Rachel Levana says. After her daughter leaves to check the price and returns to reassure that the sunscreen is not as expensive as she thought, she went to go see the price, expensive as she thought. She went to go see the price and came back and said it was $8.99. So I was like, we can do that. Once they arrived at the self-checkout and began scanning the items, Rachel Levana noticed a discrepancy. The sunscreen was supposed to be $8.99, was actually $11.99. The brief exchange between her and her daughter may have misread the price label. As Rachel Levana completed scanning their items, she noted that the amount was $163 and proceeded to use her phone's tap and pay feature for the transaction. Now, here's where it gets a little silly. Rachel Levana, I kind of like that name more than I say it, decided this would be a good opportunity to show her daughter how to read prices correctly in the future. So I walk away, I tap my phone first, and I do the tap and pay and put in my PIN number, and then I turned around to tell my husband, hey, finish this up because I'm going to go show Katie how to look at prices so this doesn't happen to her again. And when she goes to spend her own money. Shortly after, she reunites with her husband in the store lobby, and she receives a notification on his watch showing a charge of $203. He was like, hey, did I get charged $203? I was just like, it was supposed to be $163, she says. Her husband informed Rachel Levana that he didn't receive the receipt at the end of the transactions, determined to get to the bottom of this. I'm a mother of 4. My retarded, stupid husband can't follow directions. I'm getting to the bottom of this. Rachel Levana approached an old lady using the self-checkout station right after her. The old lady that used the same checkout thing, I went over her and I was like, excuse me, did that print a receipt? And she's like, no, it didn't reprint a receipt. It didn't reprint a receipt. It didn't print a receipt. There was nothing. And I was like, that's weird. The situation got even more unusual. Rachel Levana then addressed the issue with the store employees, all within earshot of the elderly woman at the nearby checkout stations. I watched her pay for her stuff. She got a receipt. And she looked right at me, right into my eyes, and was like, oh, well, my receipt printed, maybe there's nothing wrong with it. Unbeknownst to Rachel Levana, the old lady had taken the loot and her kindly demeanor completely fooling Rachel Levana. So at the moment, I didn't realize and I didn't know that she had robbed me. I just really thought she was a very sweet old lady. The employee advised Rachel Levana to return the next day to speak with the manager to get a copy of the receipt. It wasn't until later that Rachel Levana had suddenly realized I was at home and I realized 203, and I realized that the 203, the total was supposed to be 163, that it was a total difference of $40. That would have been a $40 even. So I was like, oh my gosh, I think that lady, Cody, I think that lady took $40 cash back. And sure enough, she got there and talked to the manager and printed out the receipt. Sure enough, $40 cash back. I cannot believe this old lady, this sweet old lady, took $40 out of Rachel Levana's thing, tap and pay. So the reason why I say, it's not a scam. I mean, she was dumb enough. She did the tap and pay. She couldn't trust her husband. The husband, incompetent, didn't get the receipt, or he just basically she probably wears the pants in the family. She's yelling to the kids. I saw that Kate plus 8. John and Kate plus 8, where she ruled that house with an iron fist, and he was just, poor John's like, oh yeah, I'll just go with it. And so maybe this is what this guy was doing. They got 4 kids and they're running around screaming, buying sun tanning bronze or whatever for $15, and she wants to make a point and make a statement, and can't trust the husband to finish out the last remaining bits of whatever she started. And she got robbed $40. Sweet old lady. Oh, grandma knew what was going on. I'm an old lady. I don't know what's going on. It asked me if I wanted cash back. I said, sure, why not? Then I start scanning my stuff. All right, when we come back, people are saying that, speaking of stealing stuff, people are not trusting FedEx at all anymore when they're getting their packages. They're showing up empty, and we'll dive into that story when we come back. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you go over to Prophet Radio because we'd love to hear from you. You can be podcast famous. You can be right here in the studio alongside of us. The way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, and at the very top of the page says leave a message for Deacon Live. Opens up a microphone on whatever device you're listening to us on or at. If you got a microphone, you can speak right into it. You can be podcast famous, speak right into it. Send it to us. You can be anonymous if you want. Put a fake name in there. I don't care. And if you want to ask us anything, say anything, or big shout outs, yo, to my boy out there in Botoliville. Yay, all right. You guys are good. Whatever. If you just want to be on the air and see if it actually works, try it. I dare you. And we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. Now, buying a used car. I can't remember the last time I bought a used car, but I intentionally bought a used car. Like I said, we live on 20 some odd acres here, and my wife has a very nice car. I have a very nice truck. The very nice truck does not do farm stuff. It only hauls trailers. And when I say trailers, horse trailers. So you need something big and hefty and stuff to pull those big old fat horses around from show to show, sometimes 4 or 5 hours away. But it doesn't do like farm stuff. Like it doesn't go get dirt. It doesn't do anything like that. So we bought a small little Nissan, 1992 Nissan D21. A little 5 on the floor, a little stick shift, little farm truck. Go out there and get some dirt, get some hay and stuff like that. And you don't feel bad about getting in the vehicle. You're a little sweaty and stuff. You don't mind doing that. But all my other vehicles I bought since 99 has been always a new car. Now, this guy right here says a man buys a used 2023 Honda Civic and brings it to his mechanic for a final inspection, and it backfires. Beloved TikTok mechanic Dave at Dave's Auto Center has quickly become a patron saint to all things automotive repair on the popular social platform. From letting folks know whether or not it's in a customer's best interest to fix damaged engines or feuding with another mechanic on the best way to repair a Nissan, Dave offers his car-related content. Recently, he posted a pair of clips showing a used car buyers things that they should look for as they scope out potential new rides, giving breakdowns of both interior and exterior assessments in each respective clip. First, it begins with the outside of the 2023 Honda Civic, which has little details he urges folks to scrutinize that indicates it was probably in a rear collision. So let's see. Does Dave have a video? Please tell me Dave has a video, because I'd like to hear from Dave. Here's Dave right here. All right. So let's see. Let me make sure.
I'm a dealer.
All right. So I'm going to switch to camera 4, and let's see what Dave, what's his shtick, because I want to give him all credit for it. Dave's Auto Center. And here goes Dave right here talking about this 2023 Nissan Civic.
Now, that's a pretty new car, but we're still going to do a used car inspection on it. Let's go see what we can find.
All right, Dave.
Before you even get in the car, look around it. Bam, right off the start. Look at the gap here. Look at this gap. Look, I put my whole dang finger in there. Whenever you see this kind of white stuff here that'll come off with your finger, that's rubbing compound. Molding that's tore. Now see, on a 2023...
So what he's doing is he's sticking his finger in the back quarter panels, and he's like, look at the lines don't match up where the quarter panel meets the car. There's a discrepancy there. He goes where the trunk or the trunk lid comes down. There's a big old gap. He can stick his finger in there. He's talking about the protective rubber seal that's around it as well.
You just wouldn't have that. So the first indication for me is possible wreck. See how this stuff's not fitting in here?
He's going all across the back.
Look in here. This is glue. Look at this panel. You see, look, this has been majorly wrecked in the rear. Maybe you're okay
Tell me
with
about
that.
it.
You know, maybe the dealer's just closed it, and you know, you just want a mechanically sound car. But these are things that you can check real quick. The distance on panels. See how they're not matching up
Yeah,
right?
headlights aren't
This is a
matching.
Honda. They make a pretty nice car. Okay, let's go for a ride. My used car inspection manual, which includes a 40-minute video, is going to teach you exactly how to be like Dave. And you're not going to waste thousands of dollars in unforeseen or necessary repairs or maintenance.
Well, thanks, Dave. Because, I mean, I know some of these things, but isn't there something called like the Carfax or Carfax or something like that? Show me the Carfax. Show me, do they still do that? Is that a scam? Is that maybe that wasn't reported? Because if you're in a car accident or something like that and you repair it yourself, that wouldn't show up on a Carfax, now would it? I don't know. But I don't see those commercials anymore. Maybe they found some fraudulent, some espionage type things going on. I don't know. So there's a couple things if you want to find out more about Dave. That's Dave's Auto Center over on TikTok. It's handy if you're a young guy out there or a young woman, or an old man or old woman. You want to make sure you're getting the right stuff when you're buying a used car. Now, this woman right here, Walmart said she was lying when a FedEx customer buys a $1,000 MacBook from Walmart. She can't believe what actually came in the box. Thinking about buying a laptop from Walmart via FedEx? Well, you might want to skip the middleman and go straight to the Apple Store. This TikTok Ashante shares what she received an empty box from Walmart in a delivery fulfillment by FedEx. That should have been a MacBook Air inside of it. Viewers are concerned that Ashante, who says that she paid about $1,000 for it. But in an almost 5-minute video, Ashante shares how she believed their laptop was stolen from the package either by FedEx or by a Walmart employee. They say that after placing their order online via Walmart using the Affirm Pay, FedEx somehow delivered an empty package. Put a finger down if you order one of those. Put your fingers down. Put your finger down if you ordered a $1,000 MacBook from Walmart, and it was supposed to be delivered on April 22nd. Ashanti says in the beginning of the video that was not only delivered, but you opened the package and there was no MacBook inside. So where's Ashanti? Let's find Ashanti and see what she has to say. Here comes Ashanti and putting fingers down. So here we go.
MacBook from Walmart online that was supposed to be delivered April 22nd. Not only was it delivered, you open the package and there's no MacBook inside. So you run back up to FedEx because they're still loading packages in the locker room. You run back up to them and show them, hey, this is not in here. They tell you to contact the shipper, which is Walmart. You speak to Walmart, a customer service representative tells you that she knows for a fact the MacBook was inside the box.
She's doing quotes.
Like she has a camera in my house, or like she was there opening it with me. Not only that, you spoke to the supervisor because you escalated it. You spoke to the supervisor, and the supervisor tells you to call back within 3 days that Thursday at
She'll hold up
5
4
p.m.
fingers.
because it was delivered on a Monday. Call back that Thursday at 5 p.m. and she has approved your refund. You call back, you get another supervisor. They won't transfer you to the supervisor, the person that told you this, and they tell you, we cannot help you, file a dispute through your bank. So you keep calling until Walmart finally sends you this email stating that they will no longer help you. They've exhausted all issues. Not only did they say that, when you were on the phone the last time, customer service rep that said that if I called back, they would no longer be assisting me. So what do? You decide to file a claim through FedEx. FedEx has evidence that my package was tampered with. They have evidence that someone
What kind of evidence?
put a horizontal line where my name, my actual signature should have been, making them liable. They have all this evidence, but they still denied the claim because Walmart didn't do the claim. So you call Walmart back, even after they said they will not assist you with filing a claim. Okay, and you find out that FedEx and Walmart had some type of shipping agreement.
Yeah.
That protects each other.
Right.
Okay, let's continue. So you call your bank. Mind you, you ordered this through a firm. You call your bank, and your bank tells you that the only thing they can do is turn off your card, give you a new card. However, if you do that, a firm goes by credit. They're taking monthly payments out. So if you don't allow a firm to take these payments, a firm is going to put this on your credit. So you tell your bank, don't worry about it. You're going to continue to fight this.
I'm confused.
You call a firm, you've been dealing with a firm.
So
and
much
is
stuff.
July 22nd, Silver Line.
Oh.
It's literally been exactly, 4 months. Affirm tells you that there's nothing that they can do about it, and specifically cited FedEx and Walmart's agreement. And there's nothing that you can do.
Oh, she's saying affirm, a firm. I'm thinking like a firm, like a law office. No, it's a firm. That's an. I'm so lost. I hope you guys are following. Let's see what else she has to do to wrap this up. Here.
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm not rich. I'm not paying $1,000. I don't care if it's in increments or all at once. I'm not paying $1,000 for a MacBook that I did not receive.
Well, duh.
I'm not doing it. Mind you, it's funny that Walmart said I was lying, but before that, I had ordered a $900 camera, and it was delivered, and I didn't make any disputes because I got my shit. Can someone tell me what I should do? Can TikTok maybe blow this up? Can some lawyers get in the comments and tell me what my rights are as a customer and what I can do to make sure that I am not suffering paying $1,000 for something that I did not receive?
All right.
For y'all bum ass people at FedEx that like to go in packages and steal people's shit, y'all gotta understand, you're affecting people really fucking bad.
Okay.
I do not have $1,000.
Okay, Ashante, gotcha. I gotcha. You're going around in circles here. I can't stand it. No, just going around in circles. You already said your piece. So here's the thing. You buy something from Walmart. First of all, am I going to buy a $1,000 MacBook Pro, whatever, from Walmart? I don't know. I'd probably buy it from Amazon before I buy it from Walmart. Now, granted, it might be cheaper at Walmart, but do I trust Walmart to send me stuff? Yeah, they can send me underwear. They can send me shampoo, body soap, some bottled water, something like that. As far as MacBooks, electronic stuff like that, man, I mean, there's so many hands in that picture. I would trust, like I said, I would trust Amazon first before anything, and they would come back and say, oh, okay, there you go. Here's your, and they got a scan system where they follow the pattern. I don't know what Walmart and FedEx and how that's all set up, but I mean, there are Amazon drivers. I don't see Walmart drivers, but I guess like she was saying that Walmart and FedEx are not in cahoots, but that's who they rely on, FedEx. I don't know. I've seen some FedEx trucks, man, pull up to my house. My dad gets medication and stuff, and those FedEx trucks are like held on by duct tape, and half the FedEx is gone. The bumper's all smashed in. I'm like going, Jesus Christ. I know UPS. Those trucks, they get too old, they smash them, they crush them, they don't even sell them. That's why you don't see old UPS trucks laying around anymore. If there's anything broken or wrong with those vehicles, they'll fix them right then and there. Oh, but they won't put AC in them. That's the only thing. Fuck that. We'll fix the truck. We'll make sure it runs all day, but no AC in those trucks. But yeah, the FedEx trucks always they're like one step away. They're like one wrong turn into a junkyard or something. All right, when we come back, speaking of being outraged, TEMU, the employees at TEMU, yeah, there's people that work over there, and they are pissed off. They're raging. They're storming the office. They're going to the hierarchies of people and banging on the doors saying, fucking cut this shit out. What are they saying to cut out? Well, we'll dive into that when we come back. It's you don't think about these things, how it affects people, and TEMU, Jesus, they're up in arms. Their arms are akimbo. So stick around. We'll dive into that when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, for all the musical artists that you hear during the breaks during the show here, you can find out all their information if you want to follow, who they are. You want to hear the whole entire track. If you want to find them on Spotify, make sure you listen to them because the prompts will let you know where to find them and stuff. And if you physically, if you're listening to the show at a later date, no worries, man. You can go over to prophetradio.com. At the right-hand side of the page, you can see all the current music that's being played here on Deacon Live, and you can click on those pictures and you can find out how to add them to your Spotify playlist. Show them some love and support, as much as love and support as they've shown this podcast or this show as well. Now, at Walmart, I told you, I shop at Walmart all the time, and I don't buy big, expensive electrical things. Like, I don't buy TVs. I don't buy anything. You know what? I take that back. I might buy a TV from Walmart, but I don't buy, like, stuff that I need to rely on for, I don't know, work or job or something like that. I wouldn't buy a laptop. Let's put it that way. I did buy my PlayStation 5. That was a gamble. That was a big gamble. But I guess it all depends on the area that you live in. Like I said, we're out in the middle of nowhere. There's not a whole lot of hands in the pot when I order something from Walmart. And it came to me. It was perfectly fine. Brand new package, brand new box and everything. Everything turned out great. Plugged it in, worked just great. But I love finding like the hidden deals. Like I always, on my phone, I have the Walmart app. And if I can't find something with a price on it, I'll scan it, with the barcode, and it'll go, boop, and it'll say whatever price it is. And I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of cool. But this guy right here says you can't wait to buy them all up and sell them for a higher price. A man says a 50-inch TVs are on quote-unquote hidden clearance at the Walmart just for you for only $50. That's right, $50 for a 50-inch flat screen TV. While the normal clearance items have prices marked down in the store, hidden clearance requires one to scan the item with the Walmart app to determine the new significant lower price. Several stories of Walmart's hidden clearance have gone viral over the years. For example, one shopper claimed that a hidden clearance item, Jesus Christ, a hidden clearance allowed him to score an Apple Magic Keyboard for just $9. Another stated that they were able to purchase nearly $300 tent for less than $1. Oh, when I worked at Home Depot, I'd watch those clearance items all the time in the Home Depot. In a video which has over 599,000 views, TikToker user Extreme Walmart Clearance says that he discovered some 50-inch TCL TVs, which are garbage in itself, but still, they only cost $228, were being sold for $50 in the hidden clearance aisle. Not in the aisle, just, wherever. So we got a grand total of 5 TVs, 3 TCLs, and 2 Samsungs. The TikToker says he later added that his wife found 2 more Samsung's TVs on the sales floor, which the pair also purchased. Before you go out running to your local Walmart for the same deal, the TikToker warns that not every single store has the same exact deal. So we're going to switch to camera 4 here, and you're going to see this in real time as we're talking about it here. So here we go. Here he is talking about his TV.
TCL TVs are on hidden clearance from $228 all the way down to just $50.
$50.
Now, we already knew that this specific location,
he's scanning it with the app,
3 of them for just $50. But they also have some Samsungs 50-inch marked down to just $50 too.
What?
We asked the employee, and she was able to find the 2 in the back. So we got a grand total of 5 TVs, 3 TCLs, and 2 Samsungs. Now we're going to scan the TCLs first. There they are. $50.
50, 50,
each
50.
one.
Jesus Christ.
And now we have to scan the Samsungs. So I already scanned them. Here you go, showing you guys the proof. Samsung 50-inch, $50 each one of these. Now, while I went to put them away, the wife found 2 more on the sales floor.
Oh, Jesus.
A grand total of 7 TVs. So here's the 2, and here are the rest. Keep in mind, these items are on clearance. Not every single store will have the exact same clearance. We had 2 members here that are part of our Discord. They were going to rock, paper, scissors for the 3rd TV. It was Angel and Fiverr, and it looks like Fiverr won the last TCL.
Look at that.
Now, if you guys want to score like this, go ahead and drop a comment below.
So, yeah, if you want to drop a comment below or find out his page, it's called the Extreme Walmart Clearance on TikTok. So you can check him out as well. And I found some good deals. Not that kind of a good deal. Jesus Christ. I need a new monitor here. Well, I don't know if I can fit it in this studio. Let me switch back to me. I don't know if I can fit it in this studio. Because what I've got here, my monitor is 30, I think it's a 32 or something like that. If I get anything bigger, I'm going to start hitting the ceiling here. But still, I can replace the one behind me. That's an old, what is that? That's an old RCA. Are they even in business anymore? And that thing's probably about 4 inches thick. But it works good. It's got a good picture on it. Maybe I need a little updated one. Maybe I'll put have a wall of TVs like you see when you go to like Sears and one picture on 5 TVs and make that happen. That'd be kind of cool. And something that's happening right now over in China, dozens of angry Chinese suppliers swarm the TEMU office, saying they're tired of giving Westerners refunds without returns. I speak fluent Mandarin, by the way. Protesters descend on the TEMU Ganzhou office this month, decrying fines and refunds, saying that they're unfair. So let's find out what happened. Hundreds of people throng to the Ganzhou, let's find out how to pronounce this. Because I mess up words all the time. Words are hard sometimes. Let's see. This and then pronunciation. I just saw it. Pronunciation. So let's see. Where's the TEMU headquarters at? Tell me. Here we go.
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou. There you go. Guangzhou. Just like I said. Guangzhou. So they thronged the Guangzhou office, and the e-commerce platform TEMU rallies this month, protesting fines and refund policies that they're saying that are destroying the small merchants' profits. About 80% of the merchants gathered on Monday on the 30th floor of the What'd I say? Fuck. I already took it down. What did I say?
Guangzhou.
Guangzhou. All right, I can remember that, maybe. For now, short-term memory. On the 30th floor of the Guangzhou office building, with some eventually gaining entrance to the company's premises. Chinese outlet Yikai reported. Oh, okay. TEMU is run by the PDD Holding, which operates a local online retail platform in, here's another one, Pinduoduo. It says Pinduoduo. Let's find out what it actually is. Copy. I know. Paste. Oh. I didn't mean to do that. Pinduoduo pronunciation. Is it Pinduoduo? I'm going to laugh if it's Pinduoduo. Here you go.
Pinduoduo.
What?
Pinduoduo.
Pinduoduo. I lied about the Mandarin part. Sorry. Pinduoduo. Many protesters run small businesses on TEMU's platform, and the Chinese product and sells the Chinese products has surged in popularity in the West due to its lower prices. And Yinkao reported that the newspaper reported that employees were told to stop working after the protesters entered the building, but the merchants left after the police arrived. According to the outlet, they had sought to confront the company's top executives but could not secure a meeting. Multiple location outlets reported that about 300 people had arrived to protest, although many of them were unable to enter the building and get past the lobby. Videos posted on social media show crowds entering the outside of the building, chanting and slogan. One clip shows protesters sitting on the floor of the PDD Holding office as securities block nearby. The anger is recently directed at TEMU's policies that fine merchants if they receive refund requests or complaints. One merchant told the news report that he has lost almost all of his profits when he was fined $410,000 for customer refunds and complaints. Basically saying, you make shit and it gets returned, we're gonna fine you for it. We're just the middleman. Others have complained to the local media. Often refunds its customers, even though they don't send the product back, essentially allowing them to keep it for free. Well, if it's garbage, it's garbage. A Beijing-based outlet run by the state agencies wrote that merchants had approached the what did I call it? Guangzhou office about 10 times in July over their complaints. So the TEMU people, let me see. Can I find the video of them sitting down and let's see if they got a video of this, because I want to see how mad and angry. So here they go. This is all in Chinese. I can't read anything. Oh, here they are. Yeah, look at them. Blow this up. They're all sitting in there. It's a sit-down protest. All cuss words. They're all sitting on the floor in the lobby. They still have masks on. They all have masks on. I'm pissed. I am pissed. I make this cheap stuff and I can't get my money back. But yeah, the TEMU vendors, they spend all that time making, whatever they have. I think one of the coolest things I got was a solar block or solar panel for my phone. Like you plug your phone in it and the solar panel is supposed to charge your phone. It works okay, but as soon as you use your phone, like it just drains the solar panel. Like it doesn't really store battery. I mean, it was okay for a while. It's kind of gimmicky. I think it was like $4 or something like that. But these are the type of things that they make. And if it's bad and you write TEMU, hey, this thing sucks, they're like, fucking keep it. We'll get our money on the other end. We'll the vendors. So now it's up to the vendors to create a good product, a good quality product. But it's not going to sell because then they might as well be on Amazon. If they're going to make a good quality product. And TEMU's got them under, by the short hairs because they can't get that kind of recognition over on Amazon. If I make a great, bar, like I said, solar panel bar or something for my cell phones, and in order for me to make any money on it, I have to sell it for $40. Well, TEMU's not going to put that on there. It's garbage. We don't want that. But there's no way they can get it to Amazon, so they're kind of by the short hairs. They have to go through TEMU. There's a lot more dirty stuff in there. I see in the next. Here's my prediction for 2025. Whenever the next whoever takes over the office, and we know who it's going to be, and when he gets in the office, I think TEMU is going to go down or dismantle or not be offered here in the United States just because. Just common practices and stuff, like how they tried to ban Nike with child labor and stuff. I think TEMU's kind of the product of that as well. All right, when we come back, you've been watching the Olympics? Of course you have. Did you notice that all the complaints and stuff about the Chinese people winning the swimming thing, the swimming tournament thing, in the water going in circles and swimming, whatever it's called? Yeah. There's a lot of protests on that too as well. So China right now is not making headlines. I mean, they're making headlines in the news for all the wrong reason. I'll dive into what actually they're saying about the Chinese swimmers and why are they winning so much. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. We'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that, you can be part of the show. You can be right here in the studio. Is go to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio.com. Proud sponsors of Deacon Live. They've been sponsoring us for the last 10 years or so. So they just want to show some love. And you can see all the other fine programming that comes out of this Prophet Radio studio. There's a little drop-down menu that says free swag. Get yourself something for free over there. But we'd love to hear from you over at Deacon Live. Right there on the main landing page at the top of the page says, be heard, send a message to Deacon Live, hit record, listen back to it, and you can leave a fake name. You can be anonymous if you want and just send it to us, and it'll show up in our inbox, and we'll play it on the very next podcast. No matter what time or what day or what show you're listening to, just give me a little reference of what you're talking about before you start saying, weird stuff like going, the dog was not dead. Or the color of the guy's hand was blue. When you say stuff like that, I don't know. I'll play it, but you got to give me some reference. Back when you were talking about on this and this and this, actually, if you want to be the actually guy, actually, Deacon, what you meant to say was, Peng Wow instead of Peng Dao. Okay, I'll go with that. Now, if you've been under a rock for the last couple days, weeks or so, the Olympics are going on over in Paris, France. Now, I guess good news for us, the Olympics are coming back to... Oh, this is how much I pay attention to the Olympics. I guess they're coming back to the United States in, 2032? Somewhere around there? I forget what it is. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but my wife watches the horse stuff because that's what she does. That's her stream of field. They don't have Olympics for broadcasting, do they? They don't have they have awards and stuff, but they don't have Olympics. Like the one who can do the best, edit or something. I don't know. I'm trying to make shit up here just to fill time. But right now, the Chinese swimmers, they're already in enough problem over with the TEMU stuff, but the Chinese swimmers right now are getting a bad rap. They're saying, they're doing their finger wave at them. Another Chinese doping controversy pops up during the Olympic swimming competition. Another Chinese has flared up in the Paris Games, angering some of the swimmers who say officials need to enforce drug testing rules consistently. The New York Times report that on Tuesday that two top Chinese swimmers, including one on this year's Olympic team, tested positive for banned steroids in 2022, but were eventually cleared to compete by Chinese officials. No, they're okay. Do you have some launch codes? They're okay. The Times cited two people with knowledge of the matter, but did not name them. In this third incident reported the last several months by the Times, the other and others in which the Chinese have blamed food contaminations for positive drug tests. Right. Right. How can you get contaminated drugs in rice? That's all I have to say. The World Anti-Doping Agency accepts the results of the Chinese investigation. Some launch codes. I saw the report this morning. American star Katie Ledecky, I'm going to go with that, said on Tuesday, I think I've made my thoughts clear. It's very disappointing. Italian distance swimmer Simona Quadriglia said athletes aren't sure the testing system works in many countries. I think we need some answers for this situation, she says. We really don't have confidence in the situation in the testing system. The testing system in other parts of the world are not as consistent as what we have here in the United States. The most widely reported incident, 11 swimmers were named to the Chinese Olympic teams, were among the 23 who tested positive for banned substance 6 months before the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. So out of the 23, 11 of them are on this team. They were allowed to compete and went on to win gold medals in 3 events. One of those swimmers, Yang Yifei, has won 2 bronze in France, and one in the women's 100 butterfly, and another one as part of the 4x100 freestyle relay. Chinese swimmers in Paris have pushed back against the doping allegations and said that they tested more athletes from other countries. Rob Kohler, the general director of the athletes advocated body Global Athletes, criticized the WADA in an email to the Associated Press. So, let them go, man. I've said, let them take all the drugs in the world that they want. It's not fair. What do you mean it's not fair? You want to talk about fair? Think about this. Think about it this way. What if you wanted to be, I don't know. Let's see what's fair. What if you don't have the same equipment to train, like physical equipment, to train than the other team does? Let's say you're on you're the gymnastic team, and you don't have the balance beam. You don't have a balance beam. You just got a tree that's cut in half and it's on 2 logs. But that's your training facility. But the other team has an actual balance. Is that fair? Is it fair that they don't? I'm being totally extreme here, but that's what I'm trying to say. Is it fair that we don't have the same type, or what if we have better stuff? We have better, training, better calculations, better scientists, better things that can read your peak performance at a peak time, that you can do peak performance and doing all this stuff perfectly just by testing, your body language and what you physically take in and stuff. And you're able, is that fair compared to other countries that don't have that advanced technology? Is that fair? I say drugs, all the drugs, let them go. Let them fly high. Let them go I mean, it'll bring more viewers. I'll tell you what, it'll bring more viewers and bring more. And same thing with athletes, like pro athletes. If they want to be high as fuck and want to shoot basketball, by all means, it might be one of the best games ever. You want to be zooted up and play football and run, the 400 at 2.1 seconds or something like that. By all means, do it. I don't care. But they have to understand that the outcome of that is going to be, on their body himself. Now, the picture that everyone has been talking about. If you don't know this picture, it looks completely fake. I'll describe it to you. It's being dubbed as the picture of the Olympics. And what it is this surfer from Brazil, Gabriel Medina, hits a wave and basically loses his surfboard. And him and his surfboard are standing straight up and down. And he's literally, like they photoshopped him, he's standing on a cloud and doing the one-up finger. Now I'm going to switch to camera 4 here, and you can see this picture in real time as we're talking about here on the air. That's it right there. That is dubbed the picture of the Olympics. The astonishing image of the surfer celebrating while appearing to stand on the air has dubbed the picture of the Olympics. Brazilian Gabriel Medina paused briefly in the air with his board in tow as he raised up one arm and supporters along the Tahiti coast after delivering a breathtaking performance to earn a score of 9.9, the best in the Paris Olympics so far. The three-time world champion appeared... Oh, let's switch back to me now. The three-time world champion appeared to settle in on a cloud mid-air after the defying image of the tournament snapped by AFP's Jerome Brulé, some 16,000 kilometers from the heart of the action in the French capital. Medina, 30, who was competing against Japan's Kona Igashiri. I told you, I'm good with names. In the fifth heat of the men's round three surfing, making up for the low score of 2.5 on his first wave, with an almost perfect 9.9 on his second wave. That's Medina who did that. The photographer was on a boat in a channel waiting patiently for Medina to kick out and exit the wave and face at the end of his run, taking the shot. Oh, God. Taking the shot just as the athlete pointed in the air and captured the moment quickly became a global sensation. Medina sailed his board up to his chest of the wave and then completed his record-breaking run this past Monday. In a split second, he jumped from the top and hovered briefly in the air, appearing to stand on a cloud as Brulé captured the moment. Brulé caught Medina soaring ramrod style above the wave, pointing one finger at the sky and his surfboard pointing skyward at his side. Every photographer is waiting for that moment. You know, Gabriel Medina, especially at the Tehapu, will kick off something and do something crazy, he says. And I just happen to capture that moment. So that picture that you see is what they're calling what is the actual photo of the Olympics. It's the incumbents, the whole entire Olympics right now. So if you see that picture, that's what happened. He got a 9.9, which is the best so far in the history of the Paris Olympics right now, as far as surfing score. And he's just sitting there going, what up? That's me. So if you see that picture out there, now you know who it is. He's from Brazil, and he's doing his best out there. He's doing all right, I guess. He'll make his way somewhere. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and the way you do that is go to profitradio.com. We'd love to hear from you as well. You can go to the Be Heard section, or at the top of the page says, leave a message for Deacon Live. Get yourself some free swag over there at Deacon or at profitradio.com as well. All right, guys, on that note, I'm going to let you get back to doing what you got to do. My name is the Deacon saying good night and good night.
Wait, come back.
It's
the absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Because I don't have the AC on. See you, bye.